welcome to Over 50 So What? Yes, I'm having a bad hair day, and that's because it's 5 months since I've had a haircut and I'm just hanging like a lot of you. When are we going to get back to the hairdresser? Now, last week we had Dr. Michael Alstein telling us doesn't matter what your age, you can strengthen your immune system with a plant-based diet, exercise, meditation, balancing your hormones, sunshine, and some good sleep. It was interesting, wasn't it, that you can actually go and get your immune system tested just to find out how you're traveling. Well, have you thought about what legacy you want to leave, what you want to be remembered for? Because today, Mindful Michele is going to take us through a 5-step process to help us work it all out. Get on your feet after the break, join in the fitness routine, you're going to feel better. Remember, you've got to use energy to gain energy. And then finally today, we have an expert, Colleen Wilson-Lord, on grandparenting skills. So we're going to look at some really important considerations when you become a grandparent. Today our guest is Michele Gennoe. Michele is the creator of Mindful Moments with Michele, workshops and videos, and she's the award-winning author of Mindful Leadership. Michele has spent over 20 years researching and working in the field of human behavioural dynamics. She has a master's in spiritual science. She is a qualified transformational coach and facilitator. Now today we're going to be talking about your legacy. What is it that you want to be remembered for? Michele has an easy 5-step process to help clarify what your legacy is. Hi Michele, welcome to Over 50 So What?
Thank you for having me today, Carol. It's fantastic to be here.
Now I'm very excited to hear all about you today and about what your whole field of expertise is around mindfulness. We've discussed mindfulness, quite a bit on the show and how beneficial it is for stress and maybe helping you to sleep. So as an expert, Mindful Michele, would you like to share with us, your thoughts on mindfulness?
Carol, well, I think more than ever, it's really important to practice mindfulness. Now, mindfulness, for those that may have forgotten, is about being present in each and every moment. That means being present to your feelings, your thoughts, and your emotions. Now, why it helps you so much is it can lower stress and it can help you to be prepared for what's going on in your life in a better way. Now, this helps you to plan more, to relax more, and to also use your energy in a much more effective way.
Yes, excellent stuff. Now, there's a lot of people stuck at home. They can't go anywhere. They've got all this time on their hands. They probably think, what is my life all about? What have I contributed to the world? What am I doing here? What do I want to be remembered for? What is my legacy? And you have a fantastic 5-step process that helps everyone to answer those questions, those very important questions. So please take it away.
Carol, yes, you're exactly right. When people have a shock in their life, whether it's a divorce or the death of a close loved one, they tend to then start to think about their legacy. What has my life meant? What has my being here and my existence meant? And for many, this can be represented in family and some big achievements. But for most, even that may leave them with a little bit of a feeling around, well, what else is my legacy? What can I kind of hang my hat on and feel really great about when I leave? So I have a 5-step framework that I walk people through when we're reviewing their life and their legacy. And what it does is, by preparing now for what you want to think about as your legacy, it helps you to then take those minor actions or those bigger actions now so that you can actually build more on what you feel your legacy you want it to be. So the first step is to actually work out a time and a place. Now, with so much going on and so much uncertainty in our lives, picking at a time and a place where you know you're not going to be interrupted and you can actually choose to sit back and relax and actually just focus on this one task where you don't have every distractions of friends or family or colleagues, so that you can just spend that time and be in that quiet place. So once you've then, in step one, decided when you're going to do it, the next thing is to think about the 3 areas that you're going to cover and, in a sense, mentally prepare yourself for it. So step 2 is looking at the 3 sections of your legacy, which is about people, places, and things. Thinking about the people that you've had the most impact on, that have had the most impact on you. Places, where is it that you've been, that you have wonderful memories? You know, was it when your child was born, when you were married, when you were divorced even? You know, what place was associated with that? And things or events. You know, for some people it may be that when they graduated and later in life from university or from some significant event, that thing or that event is something that was really important to them. And then in step 4, it's about writing all of that down. So you've picked the time and place, you've worked out the 3 sections and had some time to think about it. You've then worked out where that quiet space is going to be, and you've prepared it. So you've put out the candles, you've put out the different items that you'll need. So you'll need something to write, maybe some plants if you want to do it in the garden or in a park. So creating that quiet space around you is step 3. And then step 4 is you've got the time, you know what you need to set up your space, and you've got your 3 sections. So it's now just doing it. Sitting down and writing out your legacy. And then reviewing it. Watching as you go through it, well, what is it about those people? What is it about those places? And what is it about those things or events? Notice, again, with the mindfulness element, what thoughts come up, what emotions come up, and what feelings come up. And then step 5 is about next steps. So once you've done this exercise, step 5 brings it together and looks at, well, what next steps do I want to take? To really hone in on what's important to you and what you want to be remembered by. So what is it that you want to show your children or the world or your colleagues or your community? What is it that you'd like to have people think of you and remember you with?
Michele, that's fantastic. I think I heard a little pussycat meow just then.
Talk about being present and very mindful. I'm fostering this cat who wants to be part of the show as well.
Well, a lot of people watching this can definitely relate to animals wanting to be involved. I mean, maybe part of your legacy is you want to help adopt a cat and help, animal welfare or something like that. That could be part of your legacy too.
Very much. I mean, this doesn't need to be a really big thing. And yeah, the cat that I have at the moment is my first time fostering a cat. He's also something that I recognise that in my small way, again, I'm saving something. So I'm leaving a bit of a legacy for this little beautiful soul. For example, Carol, where when we're talking legacy and reviewing yours, you don't need to think, oh, okay, I changed the world, I saved the world, cured world poverty or AIDS or whatever. It can be as simple as saving a soul of a beautiful little pussycat.
Yes, that's right. That every little thing makes a difference in the world.
That's where the mindfulness can really help. So when people are sitting there and thinking about, well, where do I like to serve? And service is a great starting point for thinking about your legacy. Is it serving by helping your kids with some extra babysitting or a little bit of extra money if they're struggling? Or is it not giving them money because, they need to learn to manage money better sometimes? But it can still be supporting them with time.
Well, thank you very much for that. I know people would have been struggling to write down all those tips and everything. So I know you've put together a fabulous little sheet with it all laid out. So we will make that available to anyone who wants to contact us to go through that process and help them to get clarity around this whole thing about what do you want to be remembered for. Thanks again, Michele. Thank you so much for that. And congratulations on looking after the little pussycat as well.
Thank you, Carol. And to all your viewers, people don't wait until you actually have a significant event in your life and start to think then about, what has my life been about? try to think now about, well, what do I want to be remembered by?
Now, I hope that's been useful to some of you out there who are wondering, what is it you want to be remembered for? If you'd like to know more about Mindful Michele, and if you'd like that 5-step legacy process, just drop us a note through the website or through Facebook and we'll send out the 5-step process. So what is it that you want to be remembered for? Thanks for watching our TV show. Be sure to hit subscribe and then you'll never miss an episode. Jump on Facebook, join our group, get in on the fun, fitness, wellness and inspiration. I'm Carol, over 50. So what?